Folks, this is Charles Thomas here again at JTech Institute. Now that we've done our pre-alignment inspection, we're going to do an actual alignment on this 18-wheeler here. Alright, what you're going to do first of all is you're going to jack the truck up just enough to get the wheels off the ground, because you're going to have to spin it. Alright, second thing you do, take some spray paint. Doesn't matter what color. Here we got silver. And what you do is you just paint any tread that you want one solid color. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this block of wood right here and the screwdriver, place the screwdriver on top of it, and just roll your tire. Let the screwdriver drag on the tire a little bit, and you get this perfect circle. Alright, so now we're going to go do the other side, and then we're going to come in and do our alignment inside the shop. I got about 2.5 trucks distance here, which is what they recommend for it. And you also want to make it come to a natural stop. You don't want to hit your brakes or nothing. You want to let it come to a rest at its own.
So what we're doing now, we're rolling the truck in for the natural stop. He's not going to mash any brakes. He's going to roll straight forward until it comes to a natural stop. That's what you want to do. That's just like the truck is being rolled in. It's being in the same position that it would be in the driving position on the road.
Alright, now that we got our truck into a natural stop, we got our tires chalked, we got our hood up so we can have working area. Our first test is going to be for the camber. The way I'm going to do that is I got an angle finder here. Alright. So as you can see here, to hold it level, I got to lean in about 3.7 degrees on my camber. Okay, there's no way to adjust the camber. That is a bent axle. The only way you're going to fix it is to replace it. You can have it bent, but it's going to go right back to the same state. Alright, our second step is going to be to measure the caster, which you place it, your angle finder on the frame somewhere. You get your reading there. Then you measure your angle down here on your axle pad next to your U-bolts, and you take the two measurements, subtract them from each other, and in this particular case we got a 6-degree positive camber. Alright, I mean a 6-degree positive caster. The camber was 3.7 degrees positive. Alright, and what you're going to do is you're going to check the other side. You're going to make your adjustments according to which one is not within spec. Always look up the manufacturer specs for each individual truck. Don't never think you got it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close my hood up and everything, and I'm going to go to the rear axle. And I almost forgot, before we go to the back of the truck here, we're going to do our toe measurement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a friend of mine here, Mr. Dorsey, go to the other side, and the scribe marks that we put on these tires is what we're actually using as our measuring points. He's going to take the end of the tape measure, hold it on the line just like this, and I'm going to run the tape underneath the truck. Alright, and what we got here is we got 82.5, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing on the back side real quick. And we got 82.5, which means our total on this particular truck is set to 0. Now, typically what you want to do is you want to have a negative caster. That way, whenever you apply a load to it, it straightens itself out to a zero toe. That way you don't have it pulling one way or the other because of the weight of the load. Alright, now we're going to go to the back real quick and we're going to check out some more stuff. Alright folks, now that we're back here on the rear axle, we're going to be measuring our offset, our tram, and our thrust. And the way we're going to do this is, we're going to start with our offset. Okay? What you're going to do is you're actually going to come over here. You're going to go up underneath the frame and hit the bead of the rim with the tape measure and hold it. Okay? And then over here on the inside of the frame is where you get your measurement. Alright? And as you can see here, I got 11 1/4 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the other side, which I've already previously done. And what we do is we take the two measurements and whatever the difference is our offset. Now the front axle has a 3/8 inch offset. And okay, and now you're going to do the same thing on the rear axle. And you're just going to measure from the inside bead to the inside of the frame, which I have 11 1/4 and 11 1/4 there. And I've already measured the other side, and that's going to give us 1 1/4 inch difference in between the two. So what we would do is we'd actually loosen the axle up and shift to where it's back on center, both of them. Alright, now we're going to measure our thrust angle. Alright, now to measure thrust, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a string, and you're going to need your tape measure again. And what we're going to do is we're just going to come back here. We're going to hook our string on a fixed spot. I mean, bolt on the truck or whatever. Whatever you might find helpful. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring it down and hook it on the tire. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come just below our running boards here, so we're not touching anything. I actually got to go a little bit lower on my tires. You don't want no interference with your string. Where I was at before, and all you're going to do is you're going to take your tape measure. I like to go ahead and have mine out a little bit, that way I'm going to fight with it. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure your string is steady. We're just going to take and just barely touch the string on the rear tire. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure it. As you can see, we got 4 inches on this side. Alright? So now you just repeat the process on the other side. And on the other side, we only have 1 1/4 inch. So our thrust angle is going to be 2 1/4. And the way to fix that is come back here and take a look. can see right here, we have shims. And what we need to do is we need to take these shims out and actually take one of them and put on the other side in the same position. So we would even our thrust out, give us longer tire life. Alright, now we're going to measure our trim. The way to do that is I'm going to run down right here. And our trim, we're going to measure from the edge of the rim to the edge of our rim. Okay, we got roughly about 29 inches. Alright, so we're going to come over to the other side. Is 29. So what that tells me is that the thrust angle on the tram is the same as the front side. And if you look over here, you can see right here, you can see the shims again. And what we need to do there is take them shims out and actually put one over here because there's 3 of them there, same way as the front. But we take one of the shims out, put it on this leaf spring over here, and tighten everything back down, and that'll correct our rear axle. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's how you do your alignment and everything. So what I'm gonna do is, now that we got our measurements and everything, I'm going to go ahead and make my adjustments and get this truck back on the road. But y'all be careful, be safe out there. If you need any more information, feel free to contact me. If you need any more help with anything besides just alignments, you can feel free to contact me. But this is Charles Thomas here at JTech Institute, signing out. Peace.